Hey, all you beautiful humans. Okay, today we're going to look at to what end are you creating? And I have a little bit of something to admit. I am going to flip the script on you, my lovely lovelies. So let's jump right in and find out what I'm talking about. Hey, all you miraculous human beings, welcome back, welcome back. We've had quite a couple of 2 weeks. One where I wrote you a love note. Oh my God, are we dating now? I guess we are. A second one where we looked at how creative you are, where if I just snap my fingers, boom, you just created billions of things. Now, boom, created billions of things. And maybe some of you walked away from both of those episodes like, wow, I really am lovable. I'm adorable. I love. You had these moments, these little glimmers, like little snowflakes of love and kindness and joy. I'm so happy. And then there were moments where you're like, I'm a creator. And like you started like, maybe doing a little flash dance in your living room. She's a maniac for love. That was amazing. I am not making fun of that shit because that shit is awesome and I love that. But you woke up and suddenly you discovered you were back on our fabulous little uneven playing field. And you were like, what the F? How the hell did I get back here? Because see, I listened to Edda's 2 podcasts and I found myself in my divine sparkedness, and I discovered my mind, body, divine connection, the Trinity. I was all like with myself. Or maybe you discovered, wow, I'm creating all the time. This is amazing. And you were like really loving it. So today, even though you went there and you had all those amazing moments, there's a reason why it ends. What we are going to look at today is to what end do we create? To what end do we create? And if you just sit and close your eyes for a minute, you can feel, I don't even want to call it the call of the uneven playing field. I don't even want to call it the drumbeat of society because this is internal. This is almost the craziness of your mind. We're going to have a moment, where we're going to look at why we are sort of, if you will, out of balance and very much have the foot on the pedal for being the smartest little person in the room, the most incredible person in the room. And that is inside of us, that drumbeat. Yes. This is an internal kind of like, if you will, digestion of what goes on in our brains daily. I know I have personally found these moments where I have been deeply touched, had a very personal and powerful experience with spirit or with a human being, my husband or my children or my family or other people, where I'm so deeply touched, seen, felt, known. And then suddenly my brain, your brain, is off to the races. They don't even care about the playing field necessarily. They kind of do. They kind of care about the playing field. But what they really care about, this part of your brain, this ego is looking for all the ways to win, to be better, to make sure they're on top. So it's like on steroids, all of those sort of deeper, more basic human yearnings to be seen, to be known, to be connected. It's like it's crack cocaine to the ego, because what they see is they're like, did you see what happened? Oh my God, they thanked you. What if you did more of that? What if you did more of that? You would get more thanked. Then people would be thankful for you. What if we had everyone thankful for us? says the brain. Your brain, like a kind of maniacal little moment. And I'm not saying all of your brain, but I am saying there is a part of your brain that's like, yes, I want it. I want it. Yeah. So, I mean, I'm not talking about anything that a million philosophers haven't discussed or a million authors haven't written about, because this is part of our human nature. Oh, yes, it is. It is why we go and watch all those movies. It is why we love to watch the Real Housewives of whatever town that they're living in. It is why we sit down and we watch Survivor, because we are watching human beings play out their own, if you will, Luke Skywalker moment, where they are trying to figure out, are they going to go to the light side or are they going to end up going to the dark side? Which one is it, Luke? So just look at yourself in the mirror for a moment, and perhaps if you've never watched any Star Wars episode, I'm so sorry, but there's these moments where Luke has to like really decide, is he going to take his God-given gifts that he has given and use them for good and for the light side, or is he going to use them for himself and for ego and for power, etc., etc., etc.? You are part of the problem. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to offend. I really am sorry. And if it was only society, which goddamn, society is doing a pretty good job, but unfortunately, we all are subscribing to this society, partially because we all have a part of ourselves that is like, sign me up, baby. I'm going to figure out how to do that uneven playing field. I'm going to figure out how to win. Matter of fact, I'm going to watch some master classes on how to speak more appropriately in a room so people will listen to me. I'm going to read that self-help book that is going to coach and guide me into this magnificent way of being a better person. Oh, so did I tell you? Get further up on the playing field. Yes, you, my lovely, 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 like me, my lovely, 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 love this part of, if you will, the fantasy. To some degree or another, we fantasize. Ooh, and yes, maybe it's all outside of us, but I don't think so, because there's so many movies that are out there, and there's so many books, and there's so many philosophers, and there's so many people that just really kind of talk about the human dilemma, the human way in which we must deal with this kind of egotistical part of ourselves, that we are individual. We are partly separate from everything. And in that, we sort of become selfish, right? Oh, now some of you who are potentially very giving people are like, I am not selfish. And some of you who are martyrs are like really mad at me, right? Like, I am not selfish. I hear you. But I hate to break it to you, those of you who potentially are the most giving have a fantasy too. Here is some of the basic bullet points that I want to get to right now. Yes, my loves, the uneven playing field is there for you, always. Yes, my love, you do mindfuck math. Here is something I haven't quite said, not as boldly, because I did not want to necessarily offend my new friends, but I guess today is the day I'm gonna. You choose to do the mindfuck math every single day, regardless of whether you want to get on that uneven playing field. You actually are a co-creator. I'm going to say it again. You are a co-creator of the uneven playing field. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Because whether you are a man or a woman, whether you are white or you are of color, most everyone, and I'd like to say everyone, has some version of me. What about me? What about me? And so you'll have a pure moment where you literally found an instant where you were connected with divine, with a friend, with a family member, where you had a pure moment and it was so lovely. And then you chose, your brain, this part of your brain, chose to drive it into something else. You decided, wow, that was really valuable what we had. I saw the way they looked at me. They liked me. They like me now more. I want to do more of that, not only with them, but I want to do it with other people. To some degree, that's not bad. That might be actually, hey, I learned a way to be with people and connect in a way that was nourishing for two people, and I want to do more. Yes, that would be a normal reaction. I am talking sort of this extra level of amped up way of looking for formulas to win. We look for ways that we want to be valued. Normal. But then it has this like edge to it. I want to be valued more. We look for ways that we will get social proof. Ta-da! I actually am doing well, and I want you all to see I'm doing well. I'm doing well. And maybe not better than the people around you, but I'm better than I was yesterday. It could be that simple. We also have some level of a little tick tock, tick tock, tick tock in our head. We want to create legacy. We want our name to live on beyond us. We want to make an impact so that we feel like we did something with our lives. And to some degree, that is beautiful, but then it gets a little amped up. And then we want it to really take hold to the point of we begin to push away, move away, get everybody out of our way, knock a couple people down, knock a couple other people down, so that it is all about me. Now, I know right now there are some of you who are saying, no, I'm not this person. I am not a selfish person. I never am a selfish person. And yes, what I just said does sound very selfish. And to some degree or another, I don't want to like knock it. We're all kind of selfish. So the problem, my lovely little miraculous human beings, we do not acknowledge or necessarily feel the moment was enough. We actually need to now have the social proof. And there's all the ways that our little tiny brain thinks it's far more important to take something that is so pure, so lovely, and turn it into something that is of value. Pure, of value. Pure, of value. And all of it underlying is sort of, if you will, the pure aspects of it, but it becomes intensified, very much like, holy shit, you're having a beautiful moment, and then the next thing you know, your little brain is off to the races trying to figure out how to do it again, better, faster, more powerful, with more people, so that you and me feel better about ourselves. Holy guacamole. Yeah. So that just means that we're not feeling all that good about ourselves these days. And we're kind of all trying to figure out how to feel good about ourselves. And that would be the real question. How come we don't feel so good about ourselves? Which is something, as someone, when I'm working with people, doing my energy healing, a lot of us are leaving behind these aspects of pain. And we're just like operating on top of that. And we're building, if you will, a house of cards on top of the pain, on top of the places where we feel vulnerable, on top of the places where we feel afraid, on top of the places where maybe we were hurt and we haven't had the courage to talk about that, to heal it. So many times when I am with my clients, I find them having moved beyond something. So many people have places where they have completely left a beautiful part of their energetic body, which to me is where we are tapping more into the divine, where they have left behind more and more of their physical body, because it too is a remembrance of pain. These things to make their body just act like it's supposed to act, so that they can just win this game and prove prove to, I don't know who they're proving it to, maybe those people who hurt them, maybe to the people who they're like working with, maybe to everybody everywhere all at once, but prove that they matter. But the one person that they have forgotten to let themselves know that they matter is themselves. Deeply, 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 we are carving off parts of our spiritual self. We are ignoring our bodies, and we're deeply invested in our mind to solve this problem. If you remember what I said, it's a trinity. So it's really off kilter because it's so right now, you, me, and the person next to you and me, all of the humans are deeply invested in how to figure it out in our mind, and not so much getting back into our bodies and feeling what our bodies want to feel and what they have to tell us, to share with us, the stories, the experiences, and finding ways to tap into divine only for the fact of divine, not because it's a mathematical equation that will then cause you to forget the pain so that you can get up that hill. I'm going to say it one more time because what I just said, some of you are like, wait, what? I'm doing this to myself? Yes. You, my lovely little snowflake of a human being, like me and every other human that you can see around you, is so deeply invested in your mind and so uninterested, and or actually very specifically wanting to rid yourself of the experiences that your body gives you, that you have. And for some of us, it might be because there was very terrible things that happened to our body and very deep, painful experiences that still live within our body. So I'm not making fun of that. But most of us are disconnected from our body to some degree or another. We are also very much disconnected from the experiences of spirit, or we want to use spirit to get further ahead on the playing field, my lovely lovelies, further ahead. So yes, we started off and I shared with you an uneven playing field, and I said to play on that playing field you had to do the math. Now I'm kind of flipping the script on you and saying, God bless y'all. You are the most magnificent creators. You are so beautiful at creating all the time. You are creating your own hell. You must look at the part of you that is more invested in those things of having sort of the social value, of wanting people to emotionally like love you at this greater sort of level of ego, of wanting to be prestigious or wanting to create legacy because you are so uncomfortable with just who you are living in the very moment that is now. And this conversation, being willing to feel the feelings in your body that is now. Did you at any moment recognize a small part of you that could imagine you are the one who's letting yourself be forgotten? I am going to kind of break this down in a different way. And this time I'm going to break it down and basically say it's all inside of you. It's all inside of me. Some people are more open to this like place where they see their mind doing this little crazy. It is in the background. I promise you, you do something good at work, you get praised, you think, how do I do more of that? That's great at one level. That's great. You should do more of that. You get affirmed at like maybe, some sort of gathering. You're like, oh, I want more of that. And that's great. You should be affirmed and you should want more of that. Yay. You are, and I'm going to my people who are very selfless and very caring and very caregivering. You do things for other people and you get thanked. And you're like, oh, that felt good. I'm so seen. I'm so loved. They get how much I love them. Yay. At another level, just like in Stranger Things, the ego will take that and do, what do we call that? The upside down of that version. The ego will take something that is so pure, so straightforward, so kind, so amazing, and it will flip it, flip it, flip it, flip it into something that is beyond. The ego is a part of our brain that, yes, is there to help us find ourselves, individuate ourselves, create a personality, but also is scanning, looking for ways to be better, best, liked, loved, admired, and on and on and on and on and on. So unfortunately, yeah, you can listen to the podcast that I did 2 times ago and 1 time ago. You can look at my love note and be, oh my God, I was so moved. And then you can look at the last one that I did around creativity and wow, I'm creating all the time. You can look at these things and they're amazing. You are amazing, but you are also, unfortunately, part of why your life is a little bit of a living hell. Sorry. Am I sorry? I'm not sorry. So, yeah, because we as individuals tend to want to take the pure thing and turn it into the thing that is then valued. Pure, valued, pure, valued, pure, valued. Over and over and over again. Oh, amazing moment. Turn it into something that is valuable. Boom. Pure connection. Did anyone see that? Did anyone get a post? Can that get postable? Can I show with everyone in my friend group and even beyond my friend group how I just did this amazing thing? Yes, this unfortunately is how we operate. This unfortunately is what we do. My lovely, 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 lovelies. Each and every moment, you are sorting through whether you want to go on the uneven playing field. Your little brain, sort of like a little conniving trickster, if you will sit there and tell you, oh, it's a good idea. It's a good idea. I mean, I guess it's like sort of like coaxing you, encouraging you. And we'll get into the science of this. We'll get into the ways that we fantasize, the psychology, these lovely little ways that we coax ourselves into things. And I'm just going to say it straight here. And this is where I'm going to end. The reason why we're doing all this coaxing and we're doing all this mindfuck math is because there is a part of you that does not like you. I don't like me, you don't like you, because there are parts of ourselves, parts of our experience, our memories that are painful and hard, hurtful, scary, yucky, angry, yucky feelings. And there's another part of you that is your body, where your body experienced painful, hard, hurtful, scary, yucky things. And so unfortunately, part of what Beauty Flip requires and is asking people to do is, in order to be in that beautiful mind, body, spirit experience, you got to be able to live in your body and experience your body and experience the spirit that you are, which includes the things that are painful about your past. So it does ask of you to look and heal, to flip your script. My lovely, lovely, lovely human being, we must face the pain. We must face our fears. We must face the things that make us angry. We must face the things that make us afraid. And we must find a way to heal internally, to heal with the people where these things happened. If we can, sometimes we can't do it with certain people, to heal. To create an opportunity where there is a place to heal is where you will find better mind, because unfortunately that's about all we connect to these days, body and spirit. Without our body, without spirit, our brains go on overdrive and we get so hyperactivated that we just can't get enough of that uneven playing field. My lovely lovelies, we sit here and we strategize. Why? Because we strategize, how do I never feel that way again? Or how do I get beyond it right now? How do I, and then we create a script in our head how we're going to do things differently so we never feel that way again, which I get is important and is natural. But in all of my work as an energy healer, when I discover these things in people, when I'm working with them in my healing sessions, what I discover is what they've done when they are moving forward with only their mind. They have taken a part of their body, their spirit, and they have, as if they were able to cut it off and move it away. So then there's only parts of their body, there's only parts of their spirit that are online, that are able to guide. And so this part of us, of the trilogy, the mind is on, but the body and the spirit are hampered. And those two parts are part of this flipping our script, are part of Beauty Flip. All of the things that we experience, though they must be tough, they have beautiful, beautiful information for us about where to go and what to do. I'm going to end today with this quote from Rumi, who is just such a beautiful, poetic, spiritual guide. Just wow, so many things. And I want you to think, in order to truly flip your script, that we listen to Rumi on this one. That the wound is a place where light enters you. What if we began to go to our wounds and we began to heal them? And I'm not saying that's easy work. Matter of fact, most of the time in this podcast, I say, woo, that is a tall order. Holy moly. Yeah, it is. But what a worthy order. What a worthy order. If only, and I want you to hear this, if only you were able to heal those things so that you could walk more peacefully in your body. And I'm going to tell you right now, I have and had a lot of wounds. So I'm not just sitting here like some little pretty person on a pedestal saying, let's all heal our wounds, okay? I'm saying, gosh darn it all. I know when I have faced my wounds and I have dug in and I have healed them, there is beauty that does come through, like Rumi says. That Rumi, that quote, the light does. When we face and we heal, there is something very beautiful that comes through. I have experienced it for myself. I see it when I work with people in energy. And so, my lovely, lovely, lovelies, this is my invitation. I'm not saying it's an easy one. I am saying it's an important one. I'm saying, okay, time to look at what's underneath those Band-Aids so that we can heal. Because maybe why things are so off kilter in this crazy cool world that we live in is partially because there's so many of us who are wounded and we are not getting healed. And we just keep doubling down on what we think is working. And our little ego is like, yeah, let's do that. That sounds good. Because your ego isn't quite sure it knows how to handle your wounds. Okay. Really good hanging out with you this week. I really do appreciate. We're going to dive in a little bit deeper. Next week, we're going to look at fantasies. Yes, we are. Okay. Bye, my lovely lovelies. I appreciate you. I appreciate everything that's wounded about you. I see you. I know this ain't easy, but let's keep flipping our scripts. Thanks for hanging out. I hope I wasn't too rough on you. next week, we're going to look a little bit more under the hood for that little ego and find out what is the fuel that feeds the ego's little plans. Yes, my dear, we're going to look at fantasies. Okay, see you later.